Good afternoon. My name is Cameron Gilbreth.
And I'm Kat Perrier. Thanks for joining us and welcome to the 6 o'clock news.
First up tonight is our local events calendar. If you're looking for a fun and active way to spend your weekend, you can sign up for the Sandy Feet 5K, which takes place this Saturday. The 5K's mission is to raise money for Habitat for Humanity in Matthews. Registration is now open and includes free drink tickets to the Carolina Beer Temple. All proceeds benefit Habitat for Humanity's mission to provide affordable housing for those in need. For more information, you can go to www.sandyfeet5k.com.
Thanks, Cameron. On campus, many seniors are eagerly awaiting graduation to commence in May. Graduation is an accumulation of a difficult workload consisting of over 120 credit hours. This certainly is a daunting task that many seniors will be glad to finish. For communication majors, 27 major-specific credit hours are needed to receive a bachelor's degree in communication. On May 14th at Halton Arena, graduates will be donning caps and gowns to signify the end of a long journey.
Thank you, Kat. This week we sent our correspondent, Jason Rivers, out to interview one of the directors of a teen social program here in Charlotte. The program is working to curb gang recruitment here in town. Here's Jason with the rest.
The Charlotte Transit Center is not just a place for people to wait long hours for a bus, but it is also a hangout spot for some of the city's toughest teens who come from the city's roughest streets. Some of the teens are gangbangers, high school dropouts who are on the path of becoming criminals. That's where Officer Ross Falkenberry and his team of CMPD officers, social workers, and even former gang members, the team makes their weekly visits to the Transit Center to get these troubled teens on the right track.
Down here, Transit Center downtown is a big hub for a lot of people that come through downtown, and they'll hang out, and it leads to petty crimes and even more violent crimes like assaults. And we had a murder here about 2 months ago.
In order to make these teens feel at ease during police presence, some officers like Chris Roseborough blends right into the crowd wearing his hat, graphic t-shirt, and blue jeans as he chats with these teens.
What we do is try to proactively reach out to kids out here to get them to, as a liaison, to get them to the professionals. They can work with them towards getting high school degrees, towards getting driver's license, jobs, furthering their education, just any type of resources they're looking for to kind of make a dynamic change in their life. That's what we're out here for. We're trying to go to them instead of waiting for them to come to us.
Community group leaders such as Chris Prysaw, the program manager of the Relatives, gives us his take on how his program benefits both troubled teens and young adults that try to seek employment but have criminal records.
We want to help remove that barrier, and that's really what my job is removing barriers. We try to identify the barriers that are keeping these young people from being successful or accomplishing the goals they have for themselves, and we try to remove those barriers by any means necessary.
Reporting from Uptown Charlotte, this is Jason Rivers, WPBJ News.
Thanks, Jason. Now let's take a look at weather with Gabe Knutson. How's it looking out there, Gabe?
Thanks, guys. I'm Gabriel Knutson out here on location at UNC Charlotte. Right now, currently is 79 degrees Fahrenheit. It is partly cloudy. The high for today is 81 and the low is 59. If you're out today, please get yourself outside, get some vitamin D, and get in this great weather. It's not going to get any better this week. Thursday, we got a high of 88 and a chance of thunderstorms, so pack your raincoats, pack your umbrellas on Thursday. And Saturday, we also have a chance of precipitation. Other than that, your highs are looking up into the 90s for the rest of the week, and we're looking sunny, so it's looking like a great week. Please get outside and enjoy the sunshine. Now back to you guys.
Thank you, Gabe. Definitely some cookout weather we're having. It's time to take a look at sports. Kat, would you mind telling us how the Hornets are doing?
Sure. Earlier this week, I had the privilege to go to the arena and speak with some fans and staff. For the first time in 16 years, the Hornets have a fighting chance to advance deep into the playoffs. There is a wave of just teal and purple throughout the QC in support of the Hornets and their ongoing successful season.
At a watch party at the Epicenter, it was my first time there at the Wild Wings. Next thing you know, everybody was going crazy.
The crowd's love for the return of the team certainly impacted this Hornets fan. So much, in fact,
I ended up becoming a diehard Hornet fan, even got them tattooed on my leg. Hornets are #1 now. Let's go.
This Hornets fan is not the only one who is recognizing the Hornets' rise to one of the best teams in the league. Everyone is buying merchandise, and sales, well, they're through the roof.
Right, with this playoff push, a lot of people are coming in on our off days. There are no games, and they're still coming in buying Hornets gear. So sales are just up and booming right now. The city's just in a frenzy.
With people buying whatever they can get their hands on, it shows the entire city is behind this team in and out of the arena.
When I see them out everywhere I'm at, they have on Hornets gear. Everything's just great right now for the city.
Very soon, this place will be packed with fans buzzing around the Hive to support the Hornets in their next game.
Go Hornets!
Thank you, Kat. If you've been watching the news at all this week, you've heard about HB 2, or House Bill 2. This week I was fortunate enough to sit down with Willa Smith, a management analyst in the county manager's office, in order to explain some of the lesser-known implications of HB 2. The debate over HB 2 rages on, and many North Carolinians still do not know the full implications of the bill. Willa Smith, from the county manager's office, helps to explain.
Well, with the implementation of House Bill 2, the state took away the rights of state employees to sue the state over discrimination. So if someone is fired for what they believe to be racial, gender, sexual discrimination, or religious discrimination, they can no longer sue the state government. They are now forced to sue in the federal courts. Us and Mississippi are the only two states currently who require that of our employees. That adds a lot of undue burden onto the citizens of North Carolina. It is much more expensive and it's a much lengthier process, making it less likely that people will actually sue for this discrimination. In addition, it takes away Charlotte's ability to create a new minimum wage. So while somewhere like Wake County or Polk County may not have the need for a higher minimum wage, in order for Mecklenburg County to be competitive in the national market, we may find a need to raise our minimum wage, and the state has taken away that right.
The undue burden is evident, but how does this qualify as discrimination?
The Department of Justice has actually said that these so-called bathroom bills, which is only part of HB 2 but is getting the most attention, these so-called bathroom bills are discriminatory under the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and its later amendments ranging up into the 2000s.
What could the ramifications of allowing something like this to stand end up being for North Carolina in the long run?
The state of North Carolina started feeling repercussions from HB 2 pretty immediately. Within a couple of days, PayPal and other organizations had pulled plans to build new sites here in North Carolina, costing our citizens hundreds, if not up to thousands of jobs at this point. In addition, because the Department of Justice has said that HB 2, the bathroom provisions at the very least, are discriminatory, we stand to lose $4.5 billion in federal educational funding. Again, that is just educational funding. We have yet to know exactly how much funding we stand to lose from the federal government in total.
The Obama administration has given the NC House until Monday to repeal the discriminatory parts of HB 2. Another big thank you to Mrs. Smith for taking the time to sit down with me this week. And thank you to all of you watching as well.
And that's the news for this evening. Thanks for joining us.
Apologies, everyone. Apparently we're just getting some word that there's been some breaking news on the political circuit. It appears that Hillary Clinton has been indicted for fraud and is dropping out of the presidential race. This will have profound effects in the election. We'll be reporting on this for months.
Yeah.
This is...
What? I'm sorry, this is unbelievable. It also appears that the DNC is refusing to nominate Bernie Sanders even though he's the only candidate remaining. This is unlike anything I've ever seen before. I can't imagine the implications this will have on the election.
All right, you tell... This just in. Donald Trump has received the Republican Party's nomination for president. With Clinton facing charges and Sanders without a nomination, it looks like Trump presidency is now a certainty.